I have no idea where this scratch came from. It's kind of freaking me out that I don't know what happened. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to share with you my experience with working at Hooters. If you are a returning subscriber and you didn't know this about me, I did work at the Hooters here in Boise. If you are a new viewer and you just came across my video, you should subscribe. But if you just came across this video because you want to know some like tips or the pros and cons, just kind of like the gist of what to expect, then I will help you with that. Because no joke, when I first got hired, the first thing I did was come home and YouTube, Google, find anything that could help me with like just the knowledge of Hooters, because I had never stepped foot in a Hooters in my life. I had never eaten there. I had heard of it, but not really like, you know what I mean? So I was extremely nervous, and there weren't that many helpful videos that I found, but I wanted to make that helpful video. So hopefully I can help some of you out if you are interested in working at Hooters. So I was 19 when I was hired. I had never served before. I had no experience. I only worked in retail. So I walk in, I talk to the manager, ask if they were hiring, he hands me an application and tells me to come back. I think it was like 2 or 3 p.m. to talk to the hiring manager. So I go home, fill out the application, get the resume, blah, blah, blah. Go back, and the hiring manager sits me down right away. I wasn't expecting that, but she just asked me like 3 or 4 questions, like, why are you interested in working at Hooters? What do you like to do for fun? Just, you know, basic interview questions that you hear all the time. So it wasn't super stressful or overwhelming. And then she was like, well, I'd love for you to come back in tomorrow morning for a fitting. And I was like, awesome. Like, I don't know if that's like the last piece of the interview, like if I don't look good in the uniform, are you not gonna hire me? But I went in the next morning and tried on the uniform, and they were like, well, we'd love to have you, you are hired. So I was like, oh my god, I have a job, yay, but I'm kind of fucking nervous. And when it comes to the uniforms, they only run in extra small and small, clearly because they're supposed to be very fitted and very tight to, you know, push the boobs up a little. And the most uncomfortable thing about the uniform was the tights. They were so tight, obviously, but so stretchy. I mean, I could pull them up to like here and they would just chill on my boobies. So if you didn't like maneuver it right on your body, it would definitely give you a very bad muffin top. So for training days, I believe there was 5 training days. The first 2, you were just kind of getting used to the menu. You had to learn it really, really well. Made me take a quiz, and if I didn't get like a certain percentage or a certain amount right, then I had to retake it until I passed. They really want you to know the menu, obviously. And then on your 3rd training day, you actually, I think it was the 3rd and 4th. Yeah, 3rd and 4th training day, you shadow your trainer. And your trainer is someone who's super knowledgeable, has been there for a long time, because they are responsible for teaching you everything to be a server on the floor and get everything done right, from greeting the guests to cashing them out to opening the restaurant to closing the restaurant, just everything in between. And then on the 5th and last day, you are on your own. Your trainer shadows you, and if she feels confident that you're doing a great job, then she'll just kind of watch from the sidelines and let you do your thing. But throughout your training days, you don't make any tips, your trainer does, so that kind of sucks. So once the training is all done, you start having a lot of fun. Hooters is a place that is just a very upbeat and friendly environment. And the one thing you really should know about working at Hooters is you are basically like their brand. Like, Hooters girls are super famous for who they are, you know, what they wear. They kind of resemble like a very old school like cheerleading uniform. So you really have to keep in mind that you need to always be positive and friendly and perky and just like cute. And in my time of working there, I only had one bad experience. Other than that, it was an awesome place to work. I highly recommend working at Hooters if you like that kind of environment, you know, just very like, just like sports bars, just super fun, super playful, and it's awesome, honestly. So I'll share my really bad experience. So I had just come in for a lunch shift. It was like a couple hours after they opened, so there was already customers in the restaurant. I get everything ready, I clock in, blah blah. So this one guy was sitting in a booth in a section that wasn't mine. He wasn't in my section. He calls me over, and I don't remember if it was for a reason or just to tell me this, but he tells me, he's like, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." And this man is like 40, 50 years old. He's drinking a pint of beer. I was like, "Oh, that's really sweet, you know, thank you. Like, I always take a compliment." He literally makes me sit down at the booth with him, which is normal. Hooters girls are supposed to sit down and get to know the customers a little bit. And then he starts telling me like kind of uncomfortable things, like things I don't want to know. He tells me like how he hasn't had sex with his wife in like 5 or 10 years. I'm like, okay, this is getting a little bit weird. So I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, and another awesome thing about Hooters is if you ever are harassed or feel uncomfortable in any way, the manager is allowed to kick them out of the restaurant because they don't tolerate that. So that's an awesome thing about the company. So anyway, I go up to my manager and I tell her, I'm like, you know, this dude's kind of creeping me out a little bit. And she's like, all right, I'll keep an eye on him. Don't worry. So I go to the bathroom, and there's a hallway, you know, where the bathrooms are for the men and women. I open the door, and that man is standing outside of the bathroom. He comes in for a hug, and I was very hesitant. I was like, what the hell do I do in this situation? This man is coming in to hug me. He's clearly wasted, and I'm like not a mean person generally. I have a really hard time of saying no. So I give him like a very, you know, kind of like awkward, slight hug. As like we're coming out of the hug, he kisses me on my neck. And So literally, I run up to my manager. I'm like, this man just kissed me. So she kicks him right the fuck out. And I remember thinking that entire shift, I was like, please don't have another creepo come back in here. Like, I can't take that right now. So that was my only bad experience. And yeah, sometimes like the customers would come in and they were like really rude, would like stack their bill up like $200, $300 and tip you like $5. And that's just how some people are, you know, that's part of being a server. But for the most part, the customers that came into Hooters were awesome. I rarely even got hit on. You're not supposed to give your numbers out. If a customer asks to have your number or to add you on Facebook, you're supposed to say no. They are more than willing to like write down their number on their receipt, and it's up to you if you want to text them or not. You're not supposed to like free willingly give out any information about yourself. And they also make you never wear your uniform outside of work, because a lot of Hooters girls have gotten like stalked and harassed because creepos have like followed them home after they get off shift. They can say nasty things. Like I said, the company really wants you to be safe. So some of the cons, I'll start with the cons. Some of the cons that I have for working at Hooters is working with a bunch of girls. If you don't get along with girls that easily, or whatever the situation is, it can get very catty with working with a bunch of girls, being with them every day. But for the most part, you do make some friends, and a lot of them are super nice. They're really friendly and awesome. So I'll make that a pro as well. Another con is there was a few just kind of like awkward situations that I encountered. Like a couple would come in and you just don't really know like how friendly to act to the guy without having the girl get pissed off, like boyfriends and girlfriends. Like, I just think that's kind of weird. But I guess it'd be a little weird for the boyfriend to come in without the girlfriend. I don't know. And the last con I can really think of is just dealing with people's reactions. When you tell them or when they find out that you work at Hooters, like, Hooters might have a bad rep to some people, but honestly, Hooters is like church compared to Tilt-A-Kill and Twin Peaks. Like, seriously. Yeah, all three of them are restaurants, but Hooters definitely has cuter uniforms, I think. So you really have to deal with the hate if you get any comments that you get that you work at Hooters. So there's people that really want to prove that you work at Hooters, but who gives a crap? You know, you're making good money, you're having fun, so just screw them. Now for the pros, the top one is definitely just the money. Hooters girls make really good money. They're supposed to upsell a lot. Since we have merchandise in the store, you can easily sell merchandise to your customers. If a family will come in for a birthday, I'd be like, you know, we have a lot of cool like birthday merchandise, or, you know, we have like shot glasses, t-shirts, calendars. The calendars were huge. Another thing is honestly the experience. It was my first serving job, and it made me so much more confident when it comes to talking to people and just customer service. Since then, I haven't worked in any other business besides the restaurant, so I would always be grateful for that. Hooters was, I think, an awesome place to start kind of like the serving experience, because they're so friendly and you have to be so upbeat, and that's awesome. Like, that's what every person wants for the most, I think, for the most part, when it comes to, you know, going to a restaurant. They want the server to be really friendly and nice. You gain so much experience and you have so much fun. So those would definitely be the pros. All in all, I had an awesome time working at Hooters. I hope I gave you guys something to think about. Like I said, if you came across this video because you are interested in working at Hooters, or you're about to work at Hooters, and you just want to get the gist of everything, I hope I covered everything. So if you do have like any questions at all, you can also comment below and I will answer them. So thank you guys for watching, and again, subscribe if you are new. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye!